Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Today, we've got a packed show for you. From Mike McCarthy facing his worst start as head coach to some intriguing comments by Zack Martin in response to Micah Parsons and the buzz surrounding a new wide receiver on the roster, trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's dive right in. Let's start with the elephant in the room, Mike McCarthy. Cowboys fans, I know it's been a roller coaster season so far, but the numbers don't lie. This is shaping up to be McCarthy's worst start since he became the head coach of the Cowboys back in 2020. As of now, the Cowboys are sitting at 5-4. Sure, that's technically a winning record, but let's be real, it's not what we expect from America's team. And when you look at the losses, they've been brutal. The 42-10 beatdown by the 49ers, the heartbreaking loss to the Eagles, and now the recent struggles to find consistency on both sides of the ball. The heat is on McCarthy, especially since he took over play-calling duties this season. Remember, Kellen Moore is now thriving with the Chargers, and a lot of fans are asking, did McCarthy bite off more than he can chew? Even Jerry Jones has subtly hinted at some frustration. And you know when Jerry speaks, people listen. So, is this McCarthy's last stand? If the Cowboys miss the playoffs, or even limp in without making a serious run, don't be surprised if the front office makes some major changes. Let me know in the comments, do you think McCarthy is on the hot seat, or does he deserve more time? Now, let's shift gears to some spicy comments that are making waves in the locker room. This week, Micah Parsons stirred the pot again. In his podcast, he talked about how the team needs to play with more urgency and consistency. And while he didn't name names, you could tell he was calling out the whole squad. But here's where it gets interesting. Zack Martin, the heart and soul of this Cowboys offensive line, didn't hold back when asked about Micah's comments. Martin said, quote, "We all need to look in the mirror, myself included. But leadership isn't just about calling people out, it's about setting the example." If you know Zack Martin, you know he's not one for drama. So for him to respond like that? It speaks volumes. Some are seeing this as a little bit of tension brewing between the offense and defense. Let's not forget Micah's comments came right after the Cowboys' offense failed to deliver in the red zone against the Eagles. Coincidence? I think not. Both players are right. The defense has been the backbone of this team, but the offense has struggled to complement that dominance. And as fans, we don't need locker room drama, we need results. Do you think this exchange is healthy accountability, or is it a sign of deeper issues? Drop your thoughts below. All right, Cowboys Nation, let's end on a high note. Let's talk about one of the newest additions to the roster, who is already turning heads, wide receiver Jalen Brooks. Yes, the rookie has been flying under the radar, but word out of practice is that Brooks is putting on an absolute clinic. Brooks was a 7th-round pick in this year's draft, and honestly, not much was expected of him. But with injuries piling up in the WR room, Brooks has stepped up big time. Coaches and teammates alike are raving about his route running, his hands, and his ability to make contested catches. It's not just the practice field where he's shining. In limited game snaps, Brooks has shown flashes of being a real playmaker. Remember that toe-tap catch against the Giants? Plays like that are why some analysts are saying he could be the steal of this year's draft. With CeeDee Lamb continuing to dominate as WR1 and Brandon Cooks finally finding his groove, could Brooks be the missing piece to solidify this receiving core? The coaching staff will also face a big test in these upcoming weeks. With Duck potentially out, head coach Mike McCarthy and offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer will have to adjust their game plan significantly. This will be a chance for McCarthy to prove his adaptability and show he can still steer the team through adversity. Fans have had mixed feelings about the coaching so far, but handling this situation well could earn McCarthy some much-needed support from Cowboys Nation. And that ripple effect can be powerful. If Parsons and Diggs are so openly loyal to Quinn, what does that mean for everyone else? Does the rest of the team feel the same way? Or is there a divide between the offense, likely leaning toward McCarthy, and the defense, which seems to rally around Quinn? It raises a real question. Is McCarthy just a head coach on paper while Quinn's the guy pulling the emotional strings? And let's not forget about the Cowboys' defense. If Doc is out, the pressure on the defense will ramp up to keep games close. This defense has shown flashes of brilliance, with stars like Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and DeMarcus Lawrence making game-changing plays. But now, they'll need to bring their A game every week. The Cowboys are looking to these defensive playmakers to step up, make stops, force turnovers, and give the offense a fighting chance. It's going to take a true team effort, and the defense will need to step up if the Cowboys want to keep their playoff hopes alive. But Doc's injury isn't the only big news in Dallas. Word around the league is that the Cowboys are looking to make some potential roster changes, possibly even a trade. With the NFL trade deadline approaching, there's been talk that Dallas could bring in another player to bolster their offense or defense. Names like DeAndre Hopkins and Stephon Diggs have floated around in rumors, and while nothing is certain, the Cowboys could be looking for a veteran presence to add depth, particularly in the passing game. With Doc out, bringing in a top-tier receiver or a solid defensive player could help keep the team competitive and provide some support to whichever quarterback is under center. Keep an eye on him, because if he keeps this up, he might just become a fan favorite. All right, Cowboys fans, that's it for today's headlines. We covered Mike McCarthy's shaky start, the Zack Martin Micah Parsons drama, and the rise of rookie sensation Jalen Brooks. It's never a dull moment with this team, is it? But hey, that's why we love them. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments, especially about McCarthy's future, the locker room dynamics, and Jalen Brooks' potential. I'll be reading and responding to as many as I can. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys!